Dragon Age, or the Age of Dragons, is a fictional concept that usually appears in fantasy literature, films, video games, and mythology. In reality, dragons never existed, but there are various stories and beliefs about such creatures in different cultures. Dragons in fantasy literature and culture. In fantasy literature, dragons are usually depicted as a type of powerful, fearsome, and ancient creature. These creatures are usually presented with the ability to fly in the sky, breathe fire, and have some kind of magical power. Various characters of dragons appear in books and films, including Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, Warcraft, Dragonlance. Dragons or snake-like creatures have been mentioned in mythology since ancient times. Dragons have been depicted in various forms and powers in Chinese, Indian, Greek, Egyptian, and Norse mythology. In Chinese mythology, dragons guide each other. They are symbols of good luck and strength. In Indian mythology, dragons or nagas, snakes, are seen as symbols of the war between gods and evil forces. In Greek mythology, dragons usually play the role of guarding or hindering. For example, one of the 12 labors of Hercules was a battle with a dragon. Dragons often have some common characteristics in different stories, such as fire breathing. Dragons are able to breathe fire. Giant body. Sometimes they take on a huge size and are able to fly in the sky. Wealth. In many stories, dragons keep vast wealth and act as guardians of that wealth. Types of dragons. Dragons can be of different types, and their characteristics can also vary depending on this. Dragons are generally divided into several groups. Western dragons. These dragons are traditionally large, filled with dense fire, and are often depicted as hostile. They usually have large fins, long tails, sharp teeth, and the ability to breathe fire. Eastern dragons, Chinese dragons. These dragons are usually large, snake-like in structure, and are known to be calm, intelligent, and powerful. They always bring good news, and are symbols of good fortune. Northern, Norse dragons. In Norse mythology, dragons are usually symbols of thieves, who guard valuable treasures and artifacts. For example, the dragon called Fulinda is notable in mythology. Magical dragons. Some dragons possess special powers, such as crystal dragons or SL dragons, which may have magical powers and great mystical qualities. Concept of the Dragon Age. In fantasy stories, the term Dragon Age sometimes refers to a period of time when dragons were omnipresent and in conflict with other creatures, including humans. During this era, dragons were usually very powerful, and their presence became an important part of society. In some stories, one of the most powerful dragons is identified as a master dragon. Such concepts never occur in reality, but fictional periods such as the Dragon Age are created in the imagination of people through various narratives and stories.